If you've been on the internet in the past few months, then you'll know that there's a certain game series that no one will shut up about. Five Nights at Freddy's. It's easily become one of the most popular horror games to spawn from the internet. Freddy Fazbear is well on his way to becoming a recognizable household name. The series has a lot of dark secrets and scary images, but would you believe me if I told you that this entire series was made for children? Yeah, these games were designed specifically for kids as the target demographic. I know that might sound kind of far-fetched, especially with the whole buh thing, but it's true. Every single detail of this game was created a certain way for a reason. And also, when I say the series is made for kids, I'm not saying that you're a baby if you play this baby game. Far from it. All I'm saying is that the creators wanted to market this game specifically to a younger audience. With that all being said, let's get started. Now, the word scary is subjective. What scares me may not exactly scare you, and vice versa. However, what do you notice about the scares in these games? They never amount to anything more than a disfigured animatronic jumping at the screen and making a loud noise for a few seconds. The intensity of the fright is very low. Intensity in terms of what you're seeing in the game isn't anything that's going to mentally scar a fragile mind for life. The scares go like this: unsettling image, loud noise, son of a bitch, life goes on. The thrill is very surface level and formulaic. Not that there's anything wrong with that at all. In doing so, it allows for a broader range of people, including kids, to play the game without any controversy from parents or the media. Any violence that takes place in the game is very much implied. In Five Nights at Freddy's 1, you get told that if you get caught by the animatronics, you'll get forcefully shoved into a costume full of sharp metal and get brutally mutilated. But you never actually see it happen. All of the actual violence is left up to the imagination. It can be as mild or as gruesome as you see fit. The only time we see any actual violence are in the Atari-style minigames, where all of a sudden it's just, whoops, he's dismembered, or uh-oh, he's bleeding. Maybe. Then there's the overall design and setting of the game. The location is in a Chuck E. Cheese-esque pizzeria. Kids know what that is, so they're immediately going to be drawn to this familiar location. The characters are also very cartoon-like. What I mean by that is that they all have very bold features that will make them recognizable. Freddy is the bear with a goofy hat. Chica is the yellow bird with a bib. Foxy has a hook and an eye patch. Bonnie is the most unsettling bunny to ever exist. They're all very unique when it comes to horror characters, and character design in general, and dare I say, a little cute. I mean, sure, those big beady eyes aren't the most pleasant to look at, but they're easily able to be reimagined into what they once were. The characters are not generic scary ghost-faced monster creatures. They're all visually distinct, which kids absolutely love. Seriously, ask a kid to describe SpongeBob. They can go on for hours telling you about him. Believe me. Now, what about the actual gameplay? Well, it's very simple. You're only using the mouse to click around. That's it. There's no complicated control scheme, no convoluted menus or confusing items. The objective is concise and to the point. And if kids love anything in their games, it's simplicity. Simplicity allows a game to be easily accessible to all players with different skill levels. You won't simply look at the game and get discouraged, like how you would maybe at an RPG, for example. I've also overlooked one of the biggest arguments that a person would bring up. All of the dark fan theories and possible secrets that are hidden within these games. Those aren't exactly kid-friendly, and you know what? You're right. They're not. And that's just what the developers wanted. Kids are very curious individuals. They love asking questions. Why is the sky blue? Where do babies come from? Why is little Jimmy such a dick? Children just need to know the answer to everything. And when you make a series of games with a lot of unanswered questions, people, mainly kids, get curious and try to search for them. Enter the world of YouTube, aka Five Nights at Freddy's biggest form of advertising. Every single game in the series was created in such a way that it purposefully made you feel incomplete. And as a young person, you think to yourself, that that can't be it. There's gotta be more. So you start searching. This is why Markiplier is pretty much the go-to person for Five Nights at Freddy's Let's Plays. This is why MatPat constantly gets harassed to make a new Five Nights theory. People want answers to these unanswered questions. The games pretty much sell themselves thanks to curious children who are giving it publicity. Now, are there adults out there that love the series and want as much information on it as well? Yeah, I guarantee you that there are. But almost every 20-plus-year-old gamer that I've talked to really just doesn't care about the series. Every single detail in this game was paid strong attention to in order to guarantee that children would love it. That children would forcefully make this one of the biggest hype series of all time. There you have it, you gorgeous people. Five Nights at Freddy's is a game that was made to entice children. Now, if you're not a child and you really enjoy the series, is that weird? No, not in the slightest. I mean, look at me. I'm a guy who loves to play Pokemon while the Powerpuff Girls play in the background. I don't exactly think I'm the target demographic for either of those things. You're allowed to love whatever you want. Be proud of who you are. And just remember, the next time someone rags on Five Nights at Freddy's, just tell them, yeah, it's a kid's game. So shut the hell up! And remember, kids, to stay in drugs, don't do vegetables, and eat your schools. I'm ConnerTheWaffle, and I approve this message. Hi everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. Just a reminder, I launched my Patreon page a few weeks ago. If you ever wanted to see my videos early or even be a part of the creative process, check out the page. Thanks again, you guys. Mwah!